Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1089, and today's topic is the health problems related to emotion and anxiety, emotional stress. And this emotional stress and anxiety is actually poison. In some books, it is reference is given that it is a type of slow poisoning, and it is related to different diseases. First, high blood pressure. They call it because of hypertension, that is stress problem. Then cardiovascular problem, heart problem, stroke, diabetes, cancer. They are all very much related, and this stress problem, emotional, is serious issue. And if you remember in my neuroparenting lectures, I have given very clear picture that our brain is having two major portions. One area of our brain is responsible of emotional issues, and that is called emotional brain. The other portion, that is this area, is for emotion, backside. And this area, frontal portion, that is for reasoning and thinking and decision making. And if you remember, I have started the neuroparenting from pregnancy itself. So the emotional brain starts developing, and neuron cells, they start multiplying very fast during pregnancy of third, fourth month. And that's why the child which is born is emotionally very much active, and it is all well connected, well developed emotional neurons are there in the brain. And at that time, in the age group of 3 and 4, the reasoning thinking brain is slow in multiplication neuron, and that's why this emotional stress and anxiety is the product of emotion, and depression is the product of emotion and anxiety which is not controlled. So they are all interrelated, and all these activities, they are the part of our brain activity and nervous system, is very clear. So in that case here, actually first problem comes, that is from childhood memory. And childhood memory or emotion is divided into two parts: positive and negative emotions. Positive emotions means your child is enjoying good quality life, good parenting, parents' behavior is very good, neighbor, geographical location, everything very good. He is a happy going child without much emotional stress and strain. But if the child during childhood, means teenage, if he got negative emotion, and because of that negative emotion, he will be under emotional stress, anxiety, and that negative emotion may be sometimes he is losing his father, mother, parents, or sometimes child abuse, or sometimes some family disturbance. Family disturbance means relatives, close kins, cousins, they are making big dent, deep dent in his memory, and that negative memory, he will carry on with that stress. Even if he is in the age group of 30 or 40, it will always recall that it happened some 20 years ago, 30 years ago, this thing, it will again reoccur again and again. So negative memory is always in our consciousness. And the positive memory, sometimes you will forget and you will not even remember. So negative one is playing very negative role. So, and if such type of stress and emotional stress and strain and anxiety built up continues for 10, 15, 20 years, first impact you can see the face of the person is the mirror of his age and stress and strain, that is emotional stress. Someone he is in the age group of 30, and he looks like the man of 70 or 60. It means he's under tremendous emotional stress. He's suffering from that anxiety and depression. And this emotional stress, anxiety, depression is disturbing your all hormonal system, your all metabolic process. So that first thing is that cortisol is a particular type of hormone. Some percentage of hormone normal release is okay because it gives pressure to work. That is okay. With that you are working, you are doing your job. The second one is that if in case because of emotional stress, if there is extra release of stress hormone that is called cortisol, your whole system will be disturbed. Your neuron cells will be damaged, and all the cells in our body, they are made up of protein. And your cell protein is disturbed, means your all protein material, genetic material is disturbed, and genetic material is disturbed means your neuron connectivity, neuron networking, cell memory, everything is damaged and disturbed. And in that case, first you will lose your immune system. Once you are losing your immune system, then you are subjected to any type of infection. It can be bacterial, it can be viral, and it can be cancerous or even COVID-19. In COVID-19, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, most of the young people who died because of COVID-19 infection, that is coronavirus infection. 19 means in the year 19 it started. And it was tested, it was found that their immune system was very poor, very weak, because they were having some emotional stress, emotional problem. And because of that emotional stress and family problem, their immune system was compromised, was weak. And that's why the body could not sustain the attack of coronavirus. And here, one factor is very important. Once you are young, means 35, 40 years old, you have two stress which you cannot avoid. One stress is your job or your business, whatever you are doing for your survival. That is called job stress. Second stress is, that is your family stress, family responsibility of your children, of your wife, of your parents, mother, relatives, lot of responsibilities. And if you are carrying lot of responsibility, one family responsibility on this shoulder, other job responsibility on this shoulder, you are overloaded and you are under tremendous stress, emotional stress. And how to overcome, how to release, how to reduce such type of emotional stress. There are some points I am going to discuss so that you can take care of your emotional stress, anxiety. And believe me, if you are successful to control your emotional stress, your anxiety built up, your lot of problem will be over. And to me, as a Muslim, I am following only one trick. That is forgiveness. Whatever comes, ignore and forgive. If someone is coming and abusing and you are becoming very angry, and angry means anxiety and stress, it is going to harm you, not to other person. If somebody is misbehaving, let him misbehave. It's okay, you are happy, you can go. Be cool. Inna Allaha maha sabirin. Second is your patience, sabr, is the best courage and to protect your emotional strain, stress and anxiety. So forgiveness and patience, I am practicing this. So my advice to everybody, that by practicing these two, at least you can reduce your family responsibility stress and then job stress. Once you are working with some notorious head of department or unit, maybe he is arrogant or he is having lot of ego problem. He may not understand the human values and emotions. he may misbehave, just ignore it and forgive it. That's all. So I'm giving some points which are here. Release of emotion and anxiety, how to get released, to get free out of this problem. First point is deep breathing. Deep breathing means you take breath and hold some time and then release here. Deep breathing, you sit for 10 minutes and do. And if in case you cannot practice, nowadays there are mechanical device is supplied, that is use of spirometer. Spirometer means you are sucking air and releasing the air deeply. You practice it, so it will give you two positive health matter. First, it will strengthen your lung power, because lung is very important organ. And by this deep breathing and by using spirometer for 20 times in 3 segments, your blood circulation, your lung, and at the same time your emotional anxiety built up will be reduced. And number 2, remove painful memory. That is, I have already told you, lot of painful memory, what you got in childhood, always it is recurring, it is preserved in your memory. Get it released, forget it, forgive it. And when I say forgiveness, sometimes they will hold on that no, Mr. X misbehaved with my father or with my great brother, and you are keeping anger, anxiety for many years, and that is always triggering and disturbing you. No, once for all, just delete it. That is the meaning of forgiveness. Just forget it. And that is by using, nowadays, one technique is called, that is neuroplasticity, or brain plasticity, or neural plasticity. This neural plasticity means your brain is wired, is connected, and it has networking, and that at nano level, every cell is sparking, giving electrical signal. So it should be rewired. Rewired means by using that is neuroplasticity. I mean, whatever old memories which are producing toxic and bad thinking will be rewired, means it will be removed. That is called neuroplasticity. Number 3 is catharsis. Catharsis was introduced by one scientist, and that scientist's name was Sigmund Freud. He was the first scientist who used this term. Catharsis is the process to get release or get rid of emotional stress. And how he did, according to his, I have gone through his book, what he said, if you can't do anything, at least you sit, close your eye, and write down what are the negative emotions are floating in your brain. That somebody misbehaved in 1980s, somebody misbehaved in 2010, somebody misbehaved me in 2020, and this, and then make the list and go through it and then release it. That is also one of the method to get relaxed after noting down and then flushing it out. That is called catharsis. Number 4, find someone who is trustworthy, where you can trust, where you have enough confidence in him or her, maybe your brother, maybe your sister, maybe your uncle, where you can express your all emotional feeling. Emotion is feeling, and feeling may be negative and positive. That is called emotional stress. So once you are sharing your lot of depression, lot of emotion, lot of anxiety with someone whom you can trust a lot, it will be reduced. So that is also one of the trick or method to release your emotional stress and anxiety, also depression. That is, share your all these things with your loved one and where you can trust, and then where you can share your emotional pain. Number 5, how to channel your emotion. Actually, how to channel your emotion means sometimes you have to channelize. And some people are saying that to channelize your emotion, go and do this and that. No, that is maybe the new method. Throwing pillow, fighting with pillow, fighting with bed, so that you can channelize, diversify your emotion. No, best thing, if you are music lover, song lover, in India, if, for example, whenever I feel a little bit, we can say in low mood, I will put Muhammad Rafi, Lata Mangeshkar, our Indian song. I will close my eye, and my emotional stress, anxiety is suppressed, is low by listening very, very good music and song of my childhood, of my youth, of my young teenage. That is also one of the method to channelize your emotional stress so that you can get relaxed. That is by listening the music of past childhood. And number 6, brain plasticity. Actually, neuroplasticity or neuroplasticity that I have already discussed can change your brain function and can review your neuron cells. So these are all very, very important points how to manage your emotion, your emotional stress, your anxiety, and the product of your emotional stress and anxiety is nothing but depression. And you have to manage and avoid any type of medication unless some biological or chemical disorder is there where your consultant is advising that if there is some deficiency of some, you can say, neurochemicals, then only you can think of it. Otherwise, practice all these methods and it will be drastically reduced, and this way the toxicity of your body will be depressed. And one more thing is there, I forgot. Crying and weeping. If you have lot of pain, close your room and burst in weeping and crying. So your tears, whatever tears are rolling down, they are actually carrying all the toxins. That's why you might have seen if some very sad situation comes, means once we are losing our nearest and dearest, maybe father, mother, parents, or any relative, it is very difficult to absorb that pain. So we start crying and weeping. With that weeping and crying, lot of toxin, lot of emotional stress is reduced drastically, and your muscles, your body, everything is relaxed. So people may say nowadays laughing therapy is there. Of course, laughing therapy is okay, better always to be smiling and relaxed. But at the same time, once somebody is under tremendous emotional stress, this weeping therapy, crying therapy is also going to help a lot. So don't forget this. Close your door, and where, if you are senior citizen, let your children not be there, because they will not understand your internal emotional disorder or stress. You cry yourself and then you will be relaxed. So with this I will stop, but before stopping this lecture, my advice to all the parents, to all the teenagers, young, old, please control your emotional stress, your emotion, your anxiety, and in this way you will not become the victim of depression. And I have already told you that what I am practicing, that there should be room of very clear forgiveness, control your anger, anxiety, greed. It is all mental, virtual, and that mental, virtual, what is happening in your brain with the help of neuron connectivity is disturbing your whole body. So always keep very low emotional stress so that your hormones, enzymes, they are all functioning very well. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.